Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be, well, will be the first video I've actually filmed this year. All the other ones have been from sort of November time. So this is the first one this year. If you've seen the description, we're actually going to try and mount this today on the stand, make a stand up. But before I get on with that, I'm just going to show something on the car, because I was watching a video of Chris at Modern Classics. He's doing an RS Turbo, and he's repairing the seal, and he was on about cutting the wing, so I'll show you what I actually done. So that is actually the bottom of the front wing. I chopped mine out because this bit had all gone here. It was where the side skirt goes. So that bit will all be covered, but I needed that off, A, because of the rust on there, and the other bit was to get access down there and also across here to get this off, to have a look in here when I had the seal off. But I'm still a bit like left as it is at the minute. I've still got to clean that up, but this was done before I started filming, because I actually had all this seal off all the way along to repair it. I've still got under here to do to mount a jacking point, but there was nothing there to go from, and that's the other side. So that's all got to come off because that's all blown and holed. If you look here, that's all blown and holed there. It's all the three sections are all blown apart, so I've got to take that off like I've done this one. I've had to put in sections in there. There's a bit there I put in which has still got to be cleaned up, but a lot of it I haven't cleaned up because I didn't have any tools to get in there to do it, any die grinding bits, any belt sanders to get in there. I have now, so that got left. But that's what I done. I cut the bottom of the panel, Chris. Just cut that bit off, because where that bit is where my spoiler is, so that'll be hid under the spoiler, or the side skirt rather. So that's the way to do it, because you're not going to get in there otherwise. Right, back to what we're doing. What I've got 4mm box. It's probably a bit overkill, but why have I done it is because the weight, that'll give it a bit of weight in the base, because I'm frightened this is going to be, when I mount that on there, it's going to be top heavy. So I had that bit is was a meter long, which I've cut in half, 4mm box. I've actually put this bit in here. That's the center of the box, but I moved it back because where I want to mount the tool, I need to have it forwards, so I need to sort of balance it out. So I've put all this up. This is, as you can see, I've got 2 of these washers, just to give, not very thick, but just to give it off the floor, so when it's on the floor, this middle bit isn't touching the floor, because if not, it's going to start pivoting everywhere. So I've left that off the floor. I've got this bit of box to use for the upright, which is 4mm as well, so there's a bit of weight in there to hold it, so hopefully that should hold it straight when it's up. I've drilled this bit of box out ready, for my foot lever. So that bit's ready to go. I've drilled that bit as well, so that's ready to go. That's going to be part of the foot lever, but I've got to chop that down yet. So I'm trying to get ahead of the game. I've got a trampoline spring for the return on it. I've got a load of brackets and bolts and other bits and bobs, so which got holes in I can cut to use for brackets. So I've been trying to get ahead of myself. That's the top mount plate. I've basically drilled the holes in it to mount it on. That's the front bit. I've cut out the way so at least you can get your metal in there without it catching. I've left the back. I haven't shaped none of the back yet because I'm going to do that once it's mounted on. Where did the other bit go? Oh, what's down here? The rod, I've welded one nut on there and put my rose joint in. So that's actually one part of it. So I've got the other rose joint to do on the other end. So I've tried to, because I've still got to cut that to length. Yeah. So that's that bit. The MIG welder, I've changed over to 8mm to do this because it was on 6. I've set it all up. We've done a bit of welding with it. It's all set up now. I've had a bit of a test piece with it. So there's no pigeon poo today. So I'm going to crack on with this. It's either going to work out because I've got no plans. It's all in my head. I've seen different ones. So it's either going to end up like a Frankenstein creation, or it's going to end up bang on. Be about the right height, I think. That's the height we want, so we can wash that on there. Right. That's the back. That's the back. Right. That's all welded on now. So that's the. Did you get the top mounted on there? So. Right, what I've done, I mounted that off centre on the stand, and I've mounted the middle back to give it a bit more stable, and I've mounted this bit of box that way. And the reason why is because it's going to sit there, and I want the pedal this side because I'm left-handed. So that'll be my left foot working at. So that'll make it more central. When I sit this on here, that's going to sit dead in the middle. But I've now got to mount this plate forwards, so it's near. I'm trying to film this. Near the front. So if you look, I'm running out of space here now. I'm trying to do this stand. If you look like that, so we're near enough, not overhanging, but near the front, because the last thing you want is this put back here, and you then haven't got, for the back there, you haven't got the movement for the pedal. You're going to end up sticking the bracket further out, and then you've got to find somewhere for this to live. Well, I think that's glued on there now, that ain't going to come off. So we'll get the sprinkler stretcher on it now and see where we've got to cut the top. That's looking good, I think. Get that on there. Right. Cut the back of this now. And what I'm going to do is leave a little bit there. That bit come in handy. Wherever it is. Plate up to go around here. I can sit in there, can't I? Right. It's off there. Right, welcome back. While the camera's been off, I've just rounded that corner off. I've chopped obviously that bit off the back, and rounded that off, so that's looking quite nice. But what I've been doing, I've been trying to mount the pedal. Come round here, because I drilled these before I started this. I've just been trying to mount the pedal and work out how much travel I need on this to open this back up. I've actually cut these two brackets and bolted in here, obviously to go on here, so that rod will marry up to there. I've got to work out how high to get this to come up so the jaws open enough. That's right up, you see. That's a bit of a peculiar angle. So yeah, that's my pedal length. So I'm sort of thinking about there, but it's how high I put the pedal up, because I don't want to put it too high and my knees up to my chin. So I think the only thing is to weld it on and give it a go. But I don't think that's looking too bad at the minute. That's all sort of on. So right, what I've done is I've now just tacked that bracket on there, so that's sort of like that in the minute. So I've now got I think that's going to work. I think that's going to work as it is there. I think I'm going to get enough movement on the pedal. I've still got to put some brackets like that down there, and then I've got to put a spring, amount of return spring to bring it up. But I'm hoping, I think the pedal as it is now, if you're looking there now, that's where we want to be. So looking at the pedal, that isn't too high, but I've still got a space. We'll put the bracket on there and the bolt, so that'll drop this pedal down a bit more, so it's at a reasonable height. But I think that's looking spot on at the minute. That's not looking a bit, well, it's not looking like a lash up, but it ain't Frankenstein's creation, is it? So I'm happy in a minute. So I'll need to cut some brackets to go on that bottom there. And sort of mount that on there, and then we can sort of give it a test. So let's put you down there. Let's cut that off. Cut that off there. Can you see that? Yeah. Cut that off there. Right, I've mounted up there, I've welded that in there, and I've got this bit in here. So he's working, but when we pull that down like that, that's about limits. Pedal's nearly hitting the floor there, but we have got a bit more adjustment to go. So was our threaded doobrays, threaded rose joints, so yeah. The amazement on his face. That's a shrinker stretcher. What?
Looking at it.
It's a shrinker stretcher. It's a stretching metal and a shrinking it. It's like for doing bends, so you can get a curve in the metal. Yeah?
Yeah.
I thought you might be. Right. I'm going to cut this, get this migged on. Right, I'm back. I just had a cup of tea. I've now springs mounted on there. I've put a bolt in here, it's too long. I've got to get some bolts at the right length. I've had to space that bit out. Space that out, but I have to sort that out. My battery's going to go flat soon. So it's all mounted up. Just quickly see if I can get it to do what it's meant to do. Yeah, I'm starting to bend, so it's doing its job. Right, that's that done. It's mounted. It's on here. I'm going to make a foot plate for it next time. So this is be ready to do, finish off the battery tray on the Escort. Thanks if you've been watching all the way to the end. Thanks for subscribing. That's a big help. And thanks for Dave
garage for the shout out. That's been a great help. Thank you for the people who've joined and enjoying what they're seeing on the channel. This is my shrink stretcher stand. In the next video I'll finish it off and then use it on the Escort. So I have to say bye, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.